I take ownership for not being able to put points on the board. It all starts with me and ends with me.
But this Philadelphia loss is right there, in my opinion, because they had no business losing this ball game at all. And we gave them grace the entire season because of the talent. When you talk about the inefficiencies on the offensive side, we all felt like, well, they can get it right.
It was lifeless. It was gutless. It was heartless. It was just less, everything.
I think it's tough to single out one individual, you know, especially in a moment like this. We all got to improve, and that's how I look at everything that we go through.
Not because of what he did on the field in their absolutely stunning 23-19 playoff loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Not because he threw 2 picks. Not because the defending Super Bowl champions just got embarrassed at home. No, people are losing their minds over what Hurts said after the carnage. And folks, we need to dissect this because what's happening right now is way more complicated than a simple post-game press conference.
And it's hard to explain why. If they didn't have any talent, that's the easy answer. They don't have talent.
The Philadelphia Eagles just suffered one of the most humiliating defeats in recent playoff history. Let that marinate for a second. The defending Super Bowl champions playing at home against a 49ers team that was literally held together with duct tape and prayer.
The 49ers won this game with their 5th, 6th, and 7th linebackers on the roster. The 49ers won this game and outgained Philadelphia 361-307 without Nick Bosa, without Fred Warner, without Brandon Ayuk. Screw you.
The 49ers were playing guys pulled off couches, practice squad nobodies, and they still dominated. Eric Kendricks. You know who that is? A 33-year-old linebacker the Dallas Cowboys dumped, considered, washed, finished, done.
49ers literally pulled him off his couch and said, we got nothing. We got nothing. Today, Eric Kendricks had 10 tackles and looked like Fred Warner to me.
10 tackles, game-saving pass breakup on the final play. A career Cowboys cast-off just ended Philadelphia's season. That's the context. That's what makes this post-game presser so explosive, because when Jalen Hurts walked up to that podium, cameras flashing, reporters ready to tear into this disaster, everyone expected something: anger, frustration, accountability for the people who actually deserve it. Instead, we got this.
For not being able to put points on the board. It all starts with me and ends with me.
And on the surface, that sounds amazing, right? That's leadership. That's a franchise quarterback protecting his guys, taking the heat, being the adult in the room. Except, is it? Because here's where this gets interesting. While Hurts is falling on the sword, taking all the blame, protecting everyone around him, the actual problems in Philadelphia are getting swept under the rug like dirt at a crime scene. Kevin Tutullo, the offensive coordinator. This man just orchestrated one of the most pathetic offensive performances in playoff history. 19 points, 19 against a defense missing multiple All-Pros.
The Eagles scored 19 points with the NFL's most expensive offense. They mustered 119 yards total in the second half.
19 yards in an entire half of playoff football with Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, that roster. And when reporters asked Hurts directly about Tutullo, about whether that relationship has a future, you know what he said?
I think it's tough to single out one individual, you know, especially in a moment like this. We all got to improve, and that's how I look at everything that we go through.
Hold up, wait. You're taking all the blame for yourself, but you can't address the coordinator who's been running a scheme so basic that opposing defenses were literally laughing about it?
We heard a lot of guys after they played the Philadelphia Eagles say, it's right there in front of you.
Basic, predictable, elementary. Multiple teams this season said after playing Philly that the offense was simple to defend. That's not a Jalen Hurts execution problem. That's a design flaw. That's coaching. But Hurts won't say it. He's protecting everyone, taking the arrows, being the good soldier. And you know what? Part of me respects it. Part of me sees a leader trying to keep the locker room together, trying to prevent the complete implosion that's clearly coming, but the other part, the part that watched this game, that part is screaming. Because while Hurts is being diplomatic, while he's playing politician at the podium, the real dysfunction in Philadelphia is festering like an infected wound. Let's talk about A.J. Brown.
And as part of them self-cannibalizing, you had Nick Sirianni arguing with A.J. Brown on the sideline. A.J. Brown had a big drop. Saquon Barkley had a big drop. Devontae Smith had a big drop. Massive, massive moments in that game.
A.J. Brown, sideline blow-up with the head coach. Multiple drops in crucial moments. This has been building all season long. They don't like each other. The franchise quarterback and the number one receiver don't enjoy playing together, and it's been visible all year. Targets, catches, pouting, complaining.
Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown have clashed for several years. They had an off-the-field incident and personal clash that for a while I thought they had resolved, but it's one that I don't know if you ever quite get over it. I think they just don't like each other. I don't think they hate each other. I just think they don't like each other.
And in the biggest moment of the season, 3rd and 5, second half, ball hits A.J. Brown right in the hands, dropped. Later in the game, crucial 4th quarter moment, Devontae Smith, another elite receiver, ball in both hands against the wind, dropped. These weren't Jalen Hurts failures. These were talent failing to execute. These were Pro Bowl receivers not making plays when it mattered most. But Hurts takes the blame, all of it. Yeah, we just didn't make the plays. That's it? We just didn't make the plays? No elaboration, no specifics, just blanket coverage for everyone? And here's what's driving people crazy about this. Is Hurts being a great teammate, or is he enabling a toxic culture? Because CBS analyst Jonathan Jones said something after this game that should make every Eagles fan's blood run cold.
A.J. has pouted, complained, all but mutinied all year long, all but rebelled. It's always over targets and catches and targets and catches and targets, catches.
Read between those lines. The stuff we saw was bad enough. The sideline arguments, the dropped passes, the body language, the friction. But what we didn't see, that's the scary part. This is a team that won the Super Bowl last year with Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator. Same talent, same weapons, different coordinator, different results. Why isn't it working? That's the question Hurts won't answer. That's the question he's actively avoiding. And when you watch that press conference, when you see him deflecting, protecting, taking blame for things that weren't his fault, you have to ask, what is he really doing here? The man threw for 188 yards, 20 of 35. No turnovers if we're not counting the interceptions. But those picks, both were great plays by Quinion Mitchell, not terrible decisions by Hurts. The 49ers turned the ball over twice and still won because they have Kyle Shanahan. They have a system. They have coaching. What do the Eagles have? Talent that can't execute, receivers dropping balls, a basic offensive scheme, and a quarterback who won't call anyone out. Everything was there. He's right about that. Home field, better roster on paper, rest advantage, everything. And they blew it. Bryant McFadden, 2-time Super Bowl champion, said it perfectly. No business losing, none. Kyle Shanahan outcoached Nick Sirianni so badly, it should be illegal. The 49ers ran a trick play. Juwan Jennings throwing a touchdown to Christian McCaffrey that completely changed the game. And also, too, great coaches make adjustments. Great coaches put their players in position to succeed. Great coaches adapt. What did Kevin Patullo do? Run the same predictable offense that's been failing for months. And Jalen Hurts, he protected him. Protected everyone. Not on any individual. Really? The offensive coordinator who can't scheme guys open isn't responsible. The receivers dropping crucial passes aren't responsible. The head coach arguing with his star receiver on national television isn't responsible. It's everyone's fault, which means no one's fault. And that's the problem with what Hurts is doing here. That's why this is going viral. That's why people are divided. Because on one hand, you've got people saying, this is what leadership looks like. This is a man protecting his teammates, keeping things in-house. preventing complete chaos that's clearly coming. But on the other hand, you've got people screaming, this is enabling. This is allowing dysfunction to continue. This is sweeping problems under the rug instead of addressing them. Both sides have a point. Here's what we know for certain. The Eagles' offense was broken all season. The passing scheme was basic. The relationship between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown is fractured. The coaching staff has issues. Kevin Patullo's system doesn't work with this personnel. And Jalen Hurts just stood at that podium and said, "It's all on me." Is that noble or is that a problem? When Jonathan Jones talked about this being Kyle Shanahan's best coaching job, he said something profound, regardless of Super Bowls. Because maximizing limited talent, getting practice squad players to execute, making chicken salad out of chicken, that's coaching. The Eagles had everything, and they failed, and their quarterback won't point fingers. Winning is hard, repeating is difficult. But you know what makes it harder? Not addressing the real problems. Not holding people accountable. Not making the tough call. The 49ers lost George Kittle in the first half. Their best offensive weapon. Torn Achilles season over. You know what Kyle Juszczyk said after the game? You can be both. You can be a good teammate who protects people, and you can be enabling dysfunction. Those things aren't mutually exclusive. Hurts clearly cares about his guys. He doesn't want to throw anyone under the bus. He's trying to keep the locker room together in the face of what's about to be a brutal offseason. But at some point, leadership means more than just taking blame. It means addressing real issues. It means having tough conversations. It means demanding better. Everyone. That includes the coaching staff. That includes the receivers. That includes the front office. But Hurts won't say that. He can't. Or he won't. And that's what's driving people crazy. Because we all watched A.J. Brown drop that pass. We all saw the sideline argument. We all know the offense was predictable and basic. And Hurts is standing there saying, "It's all on me." No, Jalen. It's not all on you. Some of it, sure. You're the quarterback. The buck stops with you in some way. But all of it? That's not accountability. That's deflection disguised as leadership. The Eagles just wasted a championship window. They had everything set up perfectly. Home game, weakened opponent, rest advantage, and they got embarrassed. It was disgusting. It was hard to watch. 19 at home, in the playoffs. With that roster, unacceptable. And as Jalen Hurts goes viral for his noble-sounding quotes about taking ownership, the real questions remain unanswered. Will Kevin Patullo be back? Will A.J. Brown be traded? Will the scheme change? Will anyone be held accountable? Or will everyone just learn and grow from this and run it back next year with the same broken pieces? That's what we don't know. That's what Hurts won't tell us. And that's why this is going viral. Because in an era where we're starving for authenticity, for real accountability, Jalen Hurts gave us corporate speak, protected everyone, took all the blame, and we can't figure out if that makes him a hero or part of the problem. The answer? Probably somewhere in the middle. But one thing's for sure. This offseason in Philadelphia is about to get messy. Changes are coming. They have to be. And when they do, we'll see if Jalen Hurts' post-game diplomacy was wisdom or weakness. The internet has spoken. The debate is raging. What do you think?